Hi guys, I hope everyone is doing good. Today I would like to introduce a report on Android. My team consists of 4 people and I would like to introduce them. They are Digumatti Samant, Katikareddy Gautam, Sainath Reddy, Kadarla, Nathan Reddy, Chilveru. Before going into the depth of the Android, I would like to introduce what is Android. Android is a software cluster for mobile devices that introduces an operating system, OS, key applications and middleware. While talking about the design of the Android, kernel of Android is based on Linux kernel, further furnished by Google, and the Android is an open source. Android is specially developed for the applications. There are more than 400,000 applications in Android market, and Android consists of applications, kernel, CPU, memory and devices. Android was founded in Palo Alto, California in October 2003 by Andy Rubin, Rich Miner, Nick Sayers and Chris White, who work at Google to develop smarter mobile devices that are more aware of the owner's location and preferences. Open Handset Alliance. Google's Android OS is an operating system that can be used in any Android capable device. It is used in wide variety of Android smartphones and Android tablets. They are manufactured by different companies like Samsung, HTC. Main product platform is Android platform. HTC was first to deliver Android. The first Android OS is Astro 1.0, released on September 23, 2008. The operating system has various improvements since the beginning. The newest OS in the Android is 4.4 and it is called as KitKat, which is released on October 31st, 2013. And the operating system has various improvements since the beginning. The Android has the Cupcake, which was released after the Astro 1.0, and the Android Donut 1.6, the Android Eclair 1.2.0, Android Freo 2.2, Android Gingerbread 2.3, Android Honeycomb 3.0, Android Ice Cream Sandwich, which is 4.0, which has a new typeface family for the UI, ability to shut down applications that are using data in the background, and Android Jelly Bean, which is a 4.1, which is released on June 27, 2012, smoother user interface. And the next version of the 4.1 is Jelly Bean 4.2, which is released on 13th November 2013, and which has lock screen improvements, bug fixes and performance enhancements. And minimum hardware requirements of the Android are 32 MB of RAM, 32 MB of flash memory, 200 MHz ARM architecture, and the processor which is used in the Android is ARM v5 processor. The remaining part of the topic will be discussed by my friend.
Hi, I'm here to discuss about the architecture of Android. Architecture of Android consists of applications, application framework, libraries, Android runtime, and Linux kernel. Here is the 5 layers, which is Linux kernel, libraries and Android runtime, Android application framework, and Android applications. Coming to the Linux kernel is having like display driver, camera driver, flash memory driver, keyboard driver, and Wi-Fi driver, like audio drivers. Android architecture is based on Linux 2.6 kernel. It helps to manage security and important issues. Developer performs like memory management programs, security settings, power management software, network stack, support for shared libraries, hardware drivers. And Linux kernel for Android versions is like the following chart: Android 1.0 for 2.6 2.5, and Android 1.5 goes for 2.6.27, and those on carriers like Android 4.1 goes for 3.0.31. And coming to the Android libraries, he is having like Surface Manager, Media Framework, SQLite, FreeType, SSL, OpenGL, and ES. Mainly libraries developed with C and C++. The code is written in the C and C++. Surface Manager, composing windows on this screen. And coming to the WebKit browser, previously it was used by iPhone, and like nowadays it was mainly used for Android. It was much more made complexity and ease of access for Android. And coming to the Dalvik Virtual Machine DVM, it is Android runs on its own process. It is optimized for low memory requirements. Mainly Dalvik Virtual Machine is for capturing the low memory requirements, allow multiple instance run at once, process management. It's like thread support operates on .txt files. And here come on Android application framework, which consists of applications like home, all the applications together within a single framework. Our applications directly interact with these blocks of the Android architecture. Whatever the application we install in our Android mobile or in the any machine, it was interacted with this framework, Android application framework. Programs manage the basic functions of phone like resource management and voice calls. Here comes developing applications. Here is the first application building blocks, activity, internet receiver, service and content provider, Android manifest.xml. Here in developing applications, the first comes on application building blocks. We can think of an Android application as a collection of components of various kinds. These components are for most part quite loosely quoted to a degree who can correctly describe their federation of components with a single coherent applications. And the second come for the activities like user interface component, which corresponds to one screen at a time. It means that simple application like you feed a contact like address book, the developer should have one activity for displaying contacts, another activity component for displaying more detailed information of selecting a name, like choosing a name, and etc. And then comes the intent receiver. Here it is application like email inbox. You receive an email in your inbox. The developer should have intent receiver and register his code through XML to wake up an alarm notification when the user receives email. And then comes here service, a task which is done in the background. It means that user can start an application from the activity window, which keeps the service work while browsing other applications. For instance, he can browse Google Maps application while holding a call, or he can hold a music, so that he's accessing in one application with the other application. It's like a service. And comes here the content provider, a component which allows sharing data with the other processes and applications. Here it is the best way of communicating the application between each other Android. Here Android will ship with a set of core applications including an email client, a SMS program, calendar, maps, browser, contents and others. It's like a shifting of the content within the applications. Here comes the Android manifest.xml. It is like the Android manifest.xml files to control the system what to do with the top level components. The top level components like we discussed, the specifically activities, services, intent receivers and content providers, and you have created.
And here comes our features of the Android and the application framework, Dalvik Virtual Machine, integrated browser, optimizer graphics, SQLite, handset layouts, and data storage, connectivity, messaging with the web browser, Java Virtual Machine, media support, additional hardware support, and development environment. And coming to the application framework, it is used to write applications on Android. Unlike with the other embedded mobile environments, Android applications are all equal. For instance, all applications comes in the phone are no different than those with the who writes with the developer writers. The framework is supported by numerous open source libraries such as OpenSys, SQLite, and Libs. And coming to the Dalvik Virtual Machine, it is extremely low memory based virtual machine. We have already discussed about the Dalvik Virtual Machine. It concepts like low memory based virtual machine, which was designed especially for Android to run on embedded systems and work well in low power situations. And coming to the integrated browser, Google made a right choice on choosing WebKit as open source web browser. They added a 2-pass layout and frame flattering. 2-pass layout loads a page without waiting for blocking elements.
Here coming about the optimized graphics. As we know, as Android has 2D graphics library and 3D graphics based on OpenGL, yes, or 1.0. Possibly we will see great applications like Google Earth and spectator games like Second Life, which come on Linux version. And coming to the SQLite, it is an extremely small relational database management system which is integrated in Android. Special functions like a single file where all definitions, tables and data are stored, because it is a small documented file. It's a simple design, is more suitable for platform and Android handset layouts. The platform is adaptable to both larger VGA 2D graphics library, 3D graphics, like library based on OpenGL specifications, traditional smartphone layouts. And coming to the data storage, it is SQLite is used to structure data storage. SQLite is a powerful and lightweight relational database engine available to all applications. And coming to the connectivity, Android supports like variety of connectivity technology, including Wi-Fi, coming for 3G, like GSM, CDMA, Bluetooth, and such kind of thing. And coming to the messaging, and like you text a message, SMS, MMS, and XMPP files are available forms of messaging, including threaded text messages. Coming to the web browser, and we also discussed about the WebKit. Right, so the web browser available in Android is based on the open source WebKit application framework. It includes libwebcore. It includes like libwebcore is a modern web browser engine which powers both the Android browser and an embedded web view. And coming to the Java virtual machine, software written in Java can be compiled into Darwin by codes and executed in a Darwin virtual machine. Here, which is specialized in VM implementation design only for the mobile device use. And coming to the media support, and Android will support all the video, audio, and still formats like image files like MPG, JPG, and PNG, GIF, and video MP3 files like MP3, and music files like MP3, and video files like MPG4. And coming to the additional hardware support, Android is fully capable of utilizing videos, cameras, touchscreens, GPS, directions, compasses, accelerometers, and accelerated 3D graphics. And last, development environment. Development environment is like a device emulator, tools for debugging, memory and performance profiling, like plugin for Eclipse. Now, there are a number of hardware dependent features, for instance a huge media and connection support. For example, GPS improved for camera and simply GSM telephony. A great one has done with the developers to start with Android using device emulator tools for debugging and plugin for the Eclipse IDE. Here I would like to go with the detailed description of the topic. Operation Android runtime. Android includes a set of core libraries that provides most of the functionality available in the core libraries of the Java programming language. Every Android application runs its own process with its own instance of Dalvik virtual machine. Like I said, Dalvik has been written so that a device can run multiple virtual machines effectively. Dalvik virtual machine executes files in Dalvik executable format, that is .dx format, which is optimized for minimal memory footprint. VM is registered based and runs classes compiled by Java language compiler that have been transformed into .dx format by the included dx2. The Dalvik virtual memory relies on the Linux kernel for underlying functionality such as threading and low-level memory management. As we discussed previously, the Dalvik virtual machine uses only the low memory access. And coming to the Linux kernel, Android release on Linux version 2.6 for core system services such as security, memory management, process management, network stack, and the driver model.
The kernel also acts as an abstraction, process management, network stack, and between the hardware and the rest of the software stack. It helps to manage security, memory management, process management, network stack, and other important issues. Therefore, the user brings Linux in all mobile devices as the main operating system and install all the drivers required in order to run it. Developers have full access to the same framework APIs issued by the core applications, and the application architecture is designed to simplify the use of the components. Any application can publish its capability, and any other application may then make use of those capabilities, subject to security constraints enforced by the framework. This same mechanism allows components to be replaced by the user. Underlying all applications is a set of services and systems, and these security systems is going to explain by my friend. Thank you.
Yeah, now I'm going to explain about the security issues of the Android application. Android mobile phone platform is going to be more secure than Apple iPhone or any other device in the future. There are several solutions nowadays to protect Google phone from various attacks or any other phone even too. One of them is security vendor McAfee, a member of Linux Mobile Limo Foundation. This foundation joins particular companies to develop an open mobile device software platform. Many of the companies listed in the Limo Foundation has also become members of the Open Handset Alliance, that is also called as OHA. As a result, Linux secure coding practice should successfully be built in the Android development process. However, open platform has its own disadvantages such as source code vulnerability for black hat hackers. In parallel, with great opportunities for mobile application developers, there is an expectation for exploitation and harm. Stealthy Trojan hidden in animated images, particular viruses passed from friend to friend, neighbor to neighbor, etc., used for spying and identify theft. All these threats will be active for a long run. Another solution for such attacks is S Mobile Systems Mobile Package. Security Shield often integrated application that includes antivirus, anti-spam, firewall, and other mobile protection is up and ready to run on the Android operating system. Currently, the main problem is availability for viruses to post an application and do things like dial phone numbers, send text messages or multimedia messages, or make connection to internet during normal device use. It is possible for somebody to use the GPS feature to track personal location with their knowledge. Hence, his mobile systems is ready to notify and block these security alerts. But the truth is that it's not possible to secure your mobile device or personal computer completely, as it connects to the internet, and neither the Android phone nor the other devices will prove to be the expectation. And right now I would like to tell the advantages of the Android applications. Multitasking, ease of notification, phone options or device. Can install a modified ROM. The multitasking is Android phones can run many applications. It means you can browse Facebook, WhatsApp, Gmail, etc., and you can listen the songs while these are playing, and we can do anything. And easy of notification, and any SMS, email, or even the latest articles from an RSS reader, there will always be a notification on the home screen Android phone. Do not miss the LED indicator is blinking, so you will not miss a single SMS, even or a missed call. And phone options are diverse. Take Talk Android phone, it will feel different than iOS. If the iOS is limited to the phone from Apple, then Android is available on mobile phones from various manufacturers, from Sony, Ericsson, Motorola, HTC, Samsung, and each handset manufacturer also prevent an Android phone in the style of each, such as Motorola with its Moto Blur, Sony Ericsson with its Timescape. So you can freely choose the Android phone in the accordance with the brand favorite. You can install a modified ROM. Not satisfied with the standard view of Android? Do not worry, there are many custom ROM that can be used in your mobile phone's Android application. And at last, I would like to conclude and give a future scope of the Android application is Android can be used criticized for not being all open source software despite what was announced by Google. Parts of the SDK are proprietary and closed source, and some believe this is so that Google can control the platform. Thank you. Have a good day.